Hello traders and welcome to my video. Do you want to know how you can catch moves like this of over 500 pips? Please watch on to find out more. So we are going to be using the Rise in 3 candlestick pattern. This is a very simple candlestick pattern that you can spot on your charts. Here we have a 1 hour US dollar and Japanese yen chart, and we are going to look for 3 white soldiers candlestick pattern. Okay, so this is basically 3 bullish candles we're looking for, and straight away I can see here 1, 2, 3. So we have the 3 bullish candles here on the chart, and what you're looking for is a pullback following on from these 3 candles and then a breakout to the upside. So once you have identified the 3 candles, you just mark the resistance, which is here. You wait for the pullback and then you look to enter on the breakout above these 3 candles. It's as simple as that. From this example, you can see that the resistance level was also resistance further back over here, which gives us extra confidence in this particular setup, just because we know that this is a strong resistance level that has held up well. Therefore, if we have a breakout following on the 3 white soldiers candlestick pattern here, there's a high chance that the market will move up. As you can see, that is exactly what happened. If we zoom out, this particular trade had a potential of over 500 pips, which I'm sure you agree is an excellent move for a strategy as simple as this one. Once the breakout has occurred, it's very easy in terms of we know where to place our stop loss, either on the other side of the resistance that we're trading the breakout from, so around here somewhere for around 10 pips, which is a really tight stop loss for the 1 hour chart. Obviously, considering how far this move has gone so far, there would have been plenty of opportunity to make a good profit from this particular setup. You can also use the previous level of support for the stop loss, which would have been down here. That would have been a lot wider, the stop loss. However, once the trade has moved in the direction that we anticipated, we can always move the stop loss to break even. And what I would do is, as price continues moving upwards, I would be moving the stop loss with it. So for example, once we are up around this area, I would look to move my stop loss maybe halfway, 50% up from the move here. Perhaps close out some of the position and allow the rest to run, or just lock in the trade for, so if the price does pull back here, we get taken out with a decent amount of profit. As price shoots up here, for sure I would be moving my stop loss at least just below this most recent level of support, if not around halfway up this bar here. Okay, if we hadn't done that, we would have been taken out here and thus leaving some on the table. So usually a level of support is or resistance if you're selling, is the preferred place for the stop loss. Okay, and we could have, when price is up here, then move the stop loss under this level of support. As we are up around here now, we could be with the stop loss there. So we would have locked in this trade for this 3 white soldiers candlestick trade would be locked in for almost 400 pips. Perhaps we would have closed some of the position. This is a 1 hour chart, so this is around 10 days worth of action. And I mean, 300 pips in 10 days, is brilliant. If you're trying to scalp, let's say the 5-minute charts for 10 pips here and there, that would be 30 winning trades without any losses to make as many pips. You can look for this pattern on any time frame, including the 5-minute, the 50-minute. I just find that there tends to be less noise on the higher chart time frames, such as the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, and so on. It also means less time chart watching, and the signals are just more reliable because they contain more price data within them. Okay, you can also look for this setup on any trading instrument. As I said, this is a UJ chart, but you can use it on other Forex currency pairs, major pairs, minors, exotics. Can use it on cryptos, commodities, stocks, indices, you know, whichever you prefer. It's easy to identify. One thing I would do is I wouldn't take it blindly. If we go back to this entry here, I mean, this had good confirmation because of the resistance that we had there. You also had the pin bar there. Obviously, a spinning top there, which is actually an inside bar. So yeah, you can look for extra confirmation. I mean, it's clear that we have a trend up here. This actually forms a wedge pattern as well. So it's a breakout of a wedge pattern, which is a strong indication that the move was going to continue. In fact, it's a diamond. You have a diamond formation there as well. So there's plenty here to signify that this was going to be a good breakout to the upside. And you can see from that bar there that there was perhaps quite a few traders watching this particular setup, which did occur around just after the London Open. So plenty of liquidity entering the markets, as the New York Open was just around here somewhere as well. Hence you can see this move had lots of momentum. Okay, and looking back here, there is another. Can you see this? 1, 2, 3. We actually have the 3 white soldiers candlestick pattern there as well, even here, which is why it's important not just to jump in blindly, to use further analysis and support and resistance before taking the trade. If we take this example here, 1, 2, 3, we didn't have much of a pullback, so potentially you would have avoided this position. However, we do have the 1, 2, 3 there. You know, resistance could have been here. As you can see, price did break through and continue upwards. The thing about this is the trend hasn't really started to form yet. In fact, we're in a downtrend here. I mean, granted, if we did take this entry here, it would have been a fantastic trade. That's gone up lots and lots of pips. If we include the 500 there, plus almost 200, around 700 pips. The only thing being, there will be instances where this trend will just continue going down, which is why I like to wait for the trend to form in the direction that we're looking to trade. Whereas here the market was more bearish, if anything. Yeah, so it's good to use support and resistance and other chart patterns, the wedge pattern, for example, to help confirm your trades. You can also use indicators as well if you like. So for example, if we take the ADX, basically with the ADX indicator, anything when the green is above the red, the plus DI above the minus DI, we're looking for long trades. It suggests that the market is bullish. Just as if the red was above the green, it would suggest the market is bearish. And I've also added the 20 level here to the ADX because I say that anything, when this main line here is above 20, there's some momentum in the move in the market. It's basically the strength of the trend. So here, you know, the green is above the red. The main line is above 20. Some people use 25, some people use 30, some people just look at where the line is. So if the green's above the red and this is above 20, okay, we have an uptrend in there. So momentum, and as you can see, the ADX timed it nicely with our breakout here. It was confirming the signal. Yeah, so that's another filter you can use for when deciding to take positions. The crossover here, for example, on this 3 white soldiers candlestick pattern, there's not as much momentum, plus we have the divergence to the downside here, suggesting a bearish market. Whereas on this side, conversely, we have bullish divergence, suggesting a bull market. So it's just a further confirmation we need. I mean, sometimes indicators can be good because they're just an extra filter that can help you to avoid potentially bad trades. I mean, this was a long trend, so there's ample opportunity to enter throughout. As I said, when it's below 20, as you can see here, this range, we have this consolidation, slight downtrend there, but you know, the downtrend is signified with the ADX, the red. Here, let me just zoom in for you. The red level of the ADX being above the green level, so the market is heading downwards, and then it starts to come within this range, which when this main line, as I said, is below 20, it can indicate more consolidation in the market. That being said, there was an ADX entry potentially around this crossover. As the momentum started to increase, you could have, you know, you have a resistance level there. So actually another wedge pattern and a breakout there to the upside. It could have been a little trade there, but the purpose of this video is the three white soldiers candlestick pattern, and it's actually, there's one there, 1, 2, 3. This is one of those textbook trades, 1, 2, 3, price pullback and a breakout above. So again, just emphasizing the power of the three white soldiers candlestick pattern. It's basically, we're looking for a bullish breakout in an uptrend, and it's just a very simple pattern to be aware of, whether you're trading it directly or not. Just bear it in mind and look for on your charts, because more often than not, it can be a good sign of an entry into a trend. There's one there, 1, 2, 3. Perhaps not the best, considering it's a spinning top candlestick pattern, and also this trend has been going on for some time. Nonetheless, still, it would have been a decent entry had we entered on the breakout, or perhaps waited for the breakout, then a pullback. I mean, the ADX is confirming as well, lots of momentum. Divergence to the upside, green above red. But one thing we don't want to be doing is be buying too high. It's nice to get in at the start of the trend, which would have been down around here somewhere. Okay, so hopefully that's explained. The three white soldiers candlestick pattern is something that you definitely should always keep an eye out for. Please like and subscribe if you found something useful in this video. Thanks for watching.